we are back. Sorry for the long hiatus. Vic Adams was visiting me, so I was quite busy with that. Yeah. So, right now, what's going on is we have to sneak into the palace, or Bart is going to sneak in, and Faye will be the distraction. Wait, I'm just trying to sign into the thing so I could chat with you guys. Honestly, you know what? Maybe I'll just rely on the browser and ignore this. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's do it. So, oh, yeah, okay. Also, for the sake of the Let's Play that I have on the side, well, not the Let's Play, but the at-home version for the viewers, I'm just going to start recording that. So, you know what? I should have set that up. My bad. I am so sorry, everybody. Ooh, okay, well that's just gonna have to record there. That's fine. Hello everybody, this is Coyoda again. This is the stream version. This is the stream broken down for you guys at home, as I like to say, watching, who didn't have time to make it to the stream. And this is the cut down best parts, or important parts, of Xenogears. You already know the deal if you're watching from this episode onward. You know who you are, for those who've been keeping up. If you're jumping into here later, that's fine. I tend to catch people up on what's going on simply by talking about, how this scene relates to an earlier one, etc. The things of that kind of nature. So don't be afraid if you were just suddenly checking out this episode out of curiosity because you feel you know what happens in the beginning of the game. Regardless, let's continue. So now the plan is set. They're gonna have Faye enter into the arena, and Bart will sneak in to the into the palace while everyone's distracted by Faye putting on a show. Oh right, whoops. We're not supposed to talk to you. We need to talk to the our nun person in this room right here. Any new information? Good ideas? Tomorrow is the tournament. There will be there will be betting at the arena. Surely the soldiers' minds will be more on the tournament than their job. We must use this to our advantage. What do you mean? Faye will participate. We will have him put on a big show there. Oh, and if you guys hear a fan in the background, that's because it's hot. It is hot these days. Actually, it has cooled down though, so I'm gonna turn that off for now. I'm gonna turn off my fan, see how we do. It's been a little cooler today at least. I just needed to cool down my room earlier. Okay. I'm sure today is the last day to sign up for the tournament. You'd better register soon. No need to worry. Faye already registered. Even using that as a ploy, how will you really get into the castle? We gotta get more info. Sure, we'll get a good idea from somewhere. Very well. If we get any good ideas, we'll meet back here and plan our strategy. So now, what we also gotta do is we gotta find out about the fact that we can take the sewer system to get into the place. So if we Was it right here's where we'll be sneaking in. We got to find out who will let us in, essentially. All right. And then there's that kid we beat at hide and seek. That was hilarious. Now I'm trying to remember which was the NPC who basically tells us, oh yeah, wait, actually there was that old guy. Maybe now that we've flagged that we gotta sneak in, maybe we could actually use that. I've been doing laundry here for 60 years. The water's the only thing that hasn't changed. There's a spring flowing beneath the castle. I was worried that when the king died, the water would stop too, but it didn't. That old guy down there in charge of the water won't budge an inch, even for Shakan. Yeah, he's the great guy. My childhood friend. No good, no good. You won't open it without the key. Many years ago, a kid got lost down there. I think it was the kid from the armor store. So that means we go to the armor store now. Which I believe was right here, or the building right next door. Oh. Oh, this is the guy who's like, oh, I thought that was my son. Yeah, we know about this already. A lot of sad info. All these sons getting sent to war. Okay, no, that's the weapon shop. So we don't need that. Okay, so I thought that was the armor shop. I guess it's the one opposite here from memory. Oops. Oh my gosh. I guess it was this building right here. Oh, wait. I just realized the stream's not showing... Oh, it is. No, it's showing the chat. Okay, I was just making sure that was visible. This is not the armor store. Why do I forget where the armor store was? This always happens to me. I'm like, okay, I remember it being here, and I'm like, oh, it's not there. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. Okay. Moving on. Armor store kid. Who was managing the armor store? Where are they? I don't think it was this place. This was the house that leads to the ceiling area. That's the inn. This is the ethos shop. And that's not managed by a kid from memory. So where was the flippin' armor shop? Because I remember we did go in there. Where? Let's check some of these other little areas. Oh wait, here's an armor shop. Okay, so there's a kid somewhere. Probably the one next door. Hopefully they aren't just one of the kids wandering around outside, because I mean oh, there we go. My brother says he's he's over. He's over playing hide and seek, but now he has nothing to do. He's probably just wandering around the area. He's still such a child. Well, yeah, we totally kicked his ass at hide and seek, but we still don't have a key. So, and we just spoke to him. We don't have a key yet. And it's not this kid. Because, yeah, it was the hide and seek kid who's over it now. I'm the cat and I'm taught. This was still funny interaction. Okay, I'm gonna pause on the recording side of things. I thought we would just move right ahead. I'm so sorry about that. So the recording side is paused. Stream will obviously continue. That way, for people who watch the recording, they're not gonna have their time entirely wasted. See, this is the weapons store. We saw the armor store. But we didn't see the kid. And of course, judging on the description, I'm trying to see if there's another way. Like, are we... Now I gotta check this kid again. He doesn't play hide and seek anymore. Yeah, right. Huh? Oh! Okay, so I had to activate the flag for it. That explains a lot. Like, even though we talked to the old guy earlier and everything, I guess it's the fact that we have to find out that how Bart's gonna get in that activates the flag talking to him, which activates the flag talking to this kid. So it makes perfect sense. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the recording portion of this. Alright, so we found the kid. Here he is. It turns out you have to, what we did, we have to talk to the old man, then we could get the key, or we could talk about the key to go down. It's been a while since anyone's asked me about that. Everyone wanted to know about it back then. Well, I was still a kid when I hid in there. Actually, I got lost. Pretty embarrassing. At first, I thought I could follow the current out, but the girl stopped me. So I swam against the current. The speed of the current is always changing, so if your timing's off, it's really tough. I hear it's the opening and closing of the floodgate that changes the speed of the current. But if you keep going against the current, you'll end up right under the castle. I was scared stiff by the manager guy there. The lid to the well's been locked since then. It was a great place to hide, but it's no place for amateurs. Huh? The key? The old guy is always sitting on the bench by the east well has it. What? Well, shoot! Why didn't he give us the key? Maybe it's under his butt. Because after all, he's like, oh yeah, the key, blah blah blah, right? So, bro, give us the key. Oops, sorry, the dialogue over there is preventing us. The well key, I've got it. Well, dude, why don't you just give me it? I'm in charge of the Waterworks Association. What are you gonna do with the key? I mean, everyone hates the castle, but I'm gonna steal from the castle. You know what? This is a funny thing. You big fools. You kids are thinking of playing around and living the easy life while other kids out there are spilling their blood on the battlefield. Shame on you. Shame. You don't deserve to live here. This whole town is rotting away. Damn that Shakan. So, you know what's funny? Yeah, so what's really funny here is everyone else in this town was all talking about, oh, the Empire has sent our child away to the war. They sent our sons away. There's only the ladies left. There's only there's daughters managing their father's stores. It's, you can imply, wow, things are pretty bad then. This empire kind of sucks that they're sending everybody there, or even, to this war. Or also on top of that, they also talk about some situations where they're like, man, what are the point of the soldiers here? They're not doing anything. Like, they're just lazing around. And we actually do see that with one of the soldiers, but then he's complaining about his own thing. So we just see the entire situation is just really out of hand, right? But we say, oh, we're going to steal from the castle. And this guy lets it all out. He says the absolute truth. But see, that's the funny thing about Xenogears. Literally every old person or drunk person in Xenogears says it how it is. And usually they'll follow it up with, oh, but don't listen to me. I'm just an old guy. Or I'm just drunk. Or I'm just rambling. Don't listen to me. But this is the one time where the guy, he was angry. He said it as it was. And he didn't even deny it either from himself. He didn't go, oh, but don't listen to me. I'm just an old person. So it's kind of interesting because the truth is so strong that he was bottling up this whole time, essentially. Because the dialogue we had earlier with him did not suggest he was affected by this until now. Like, obviously everyone was affected by this issue in the town, but, it's a fun little interesting thing that they put in if you if you make that dialogue choice. Don't get mad, Gramps. It's a joke. A joke. Look at me. Do I look like a thief to you? I don't get it. Oh, you. No, it couldn't be. Gramps, are you senile? It's true. It is me. Prince Bartholomew. I thought you died in that accident. Still alive. Still alive, and I'm gonna save my cousin being held in the castle. That's why I gotta sneak through the waterways. So help me out here, Gramps. Corpse. So now we got the well key. Thanks, I appreciate it. Sorry about what I said before. Don't worry about it. I'm glad there are people like you worried about the country. Okay, So now that we have our key, we got to go back to the nun, say we have our plan, and execute. Oops. Whoa. Okay. So I was trying to run forward, and then a little thing happened there, but, you know, my bad. So this is a really good time to make a save, because after this point is kind of a point of no return for a while. I think you're allowed to at least go to the main town, but from memory. But for the most part, I'm keeping a save here for other reasons. Let's just put it that way. All right, up the stairs we go. Let's get Operation Ave going. Did you find a way into the castle? I just remembered where Bloodovic's water supply comes from. Spring water rises up from under the castle and flows to the town via the series of underground waterways. We can sneak into the castle by going through these underground waterways. We can get into them from the town's well. The waterways should lead right up to the castle's reservoir. If we're able to get that far, we should be able to sneak into the other rooms of the castle from there. Sounds good. Faye is in the tournament. He will draw the guards' attention. Then Bart will enter the castle through the waterways via the well. After that, he will rescue Marguerite from the citadel. I will accompany Faye to the tournament. I will also help work the crowd and secure our escape. Preparations for our plan are complete. Tonight we will stay in the hotel and start tomorrow. We are free to do whatever we like for now. Let us have a look around town. No, we're good to go. We are good to go, man. Good. Save your energy for tomorrow. Like, we already have all the equipment we need. And while we could, like, go out and make some money, we don't need to right now. Good morning. Operation Rescue Margie is now underway. First, Faye and I will prepare for the tournament at the arena. When the tournament starts, Bart will enter in the waterway through the well and head for the castle. If you swim against the current, you should reach the castle. I'm certain there will be some guards there, so please dispose of them quietly. We'll make a good show at the tournament to draw the guards' attention as long as possible. During that time, you can rescue Margie. Any questions? We got it. Then let us go. Be careful, young one. And, you know, Shaitan with his Shaitanisms, as I like to call it, his let us go, then, yeah, all that. So this is a pretty interesting part in the game because, you might have remembered I grinded up some of the death blows for both Faye and Bart. And the reason for that is because of what's coming up. Actually, and Shaitan, but the reason for that explicitly is because with Bart, if you have some of the higher level death blows, you're going to have a way easier time with one of the boss battles that comes up. Because it's not easy. It can actually kick your butt pretty hard, and you can be stuck having to blow through some of your resources, essentially. That's what I had to do back then, but at the same time, what you can do to get through it as well, I didn't know about this, but this is why leveling up is important. These martial arts tournaments are okay, but what if Gears, not people, fought it out? I'd like to see that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what this guy is saying here... So for those of you who have played, I'm sure you already know what this guy's talking about. But for those of you who haven't, I won't spoil it yet, but just remember this, okay? Just remember this. Keep this in your head. Not the back, but like, you know, kind of there, circulating. That'd be such a cool idea, wouldn't it? My son's in it. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I'm so worried he's going to get hurt. But just to explain really quickly, so for those of you who have never played Xenogears, you have this, it doesn't show up here, but in order to use death blows, you need AP, but to use the death blows that cost, like, as you see here, it shows 4 and 5. The first death blow you get costs 4 AP, so by that point, you go from 3 to 4 AP. So you can perform 4 triangle attacks, 2 square attacks, 1 X, and that's basically, like, you know, the cost. 1 AP, 2 AP, 3 AP, right? So triangle and X makes 4 AP, right? So having 5 AP when you take a turn, you can just press triangle, end your turn, and you get 4 AP. And if you keep stocking that up, you can spam death blows back to back with a very interesting little system in the game. And you can use this to defeat a boss, actually a lot of bosses, very quickly when you're not in a gear. Who's Sarge betting on? Me, I'm for Big Joe. No way, bad choice. He's all hot air, believe me. Wise man's gonna win. Shut up, I was right last time. I'm not gonna listen to you. Wow, you picked the champ last time? You must have got something like 50 to 1. Yep, I blew it all in a week. What a waste. Yep, that's the Sarge. He's a man's man. So, as we've discussed, this town and how people's complaints about the guards are, oh, they're lazy, they do nothing. What's the point of having the guards in the city? I mean, here is a little bit of proof to that. You know, what are they even doing? They're just kind of relaxing, and they're not even being used in the war, yet a lot of villagers' sons, not villagers, but a lot of the town's sons are all getting sent to the war, where these guys are just kind of relaxing. Like, wait, these guys have had the job longer than them, and you're sending new, fresh blood straight into it. Like, right? That's why people are, like, really distraught. I was born and raised in Dazil, but this is my first tournament. Oh, cool. I come every year. This is my 3rd time. I only have to see him once to know who's the strongest. Are you fighting? You look pretty strong. Maybe a semi-finalist. Good luck. Aha! Interesting he says that. Recently, the fighters have been boring. It was better when the king was around. Hey, are you fighting? Give it up. No way you can beat Joe. Want to join Joe's fan club? If you join, you can come to our weekly coffee. We have a dinner show once a month, too. Big Joe's great because he's kind of shady. Kids like you wouldn't understand. So now, we saw Big Joe earlier in Dazil, if you remember. He was in the bar. And, you know, we got this, you know, this guy who was, like, talking big and everything. He was talking kind of, you know, almost like a caricature, a character, right? And now everyone's talking about this Big Joe guy that we only, you know, had this small impression of. They're talking like he is the hot, you know, he's the hot cheese, right? Hey, are you here for Joe too? So he has a lot of fans. I love pure fighting, especially all those different styles. I came all the way from Dazil. Now, you know, people are coming from Dazil, they've probably seen Big Joe as well. Get ready, it's starting soon. Hey, Grandpa, let's bet on someone too. No, betting's for losers. I brought you here because I want you to grow up and be a strong man. Strong enough to fight in the tournament someday. Man, how lame. It's like, here's Grandpa. Hey, what's up, Joshua Coons? This is one of the best games from PS1. Way better than Xenosaga and Xenoblade. The story is probably the best story of all RPGs. I 100% agree with you. Yeah, Xenogears is my life. Let's put it that way. Xenogears made me who I am today because the story was that good. And Takahashi was basically able to get away with almost anything he wanted for this. Woo! This is gonna be hot. I love the sound of folks smacking each other. And on top of that, I will say Xenoblade 3 has come very close to Xenogears. Very close. Because it hits on all the symbolisms, like a lot of the similar symbolisms. Eternal reoccurrence, you know, Frederich Nietzsche, and as well as Carl Jung's Unus Mundus network, right? The idea of the collective unconscious, all that stuff. Xenoblade 3 touches on a lot of the same elements from Xenogears, but it does it in a very different way, and it was so fun to break open and analyze and figure out, like, okay, what is Takahashi trying to say here, you know? I want to see what some kind of fight was it. I want to see what kind of fighters came. The best men all joined the army. You sure about that? I'm for the ones that pay out big. Don't know much about martial arts, though. I could use a little extra house money. Ha! Alright, let's get this tournament on the road. But I like talking to the NPCs in here because they really tell you a lot more about what's going on in the world of Xenogears, and there's so much you can divulge. Close but no cigar? Only participants are allowed in here. Your friend will have to sit in the spectators area. Well, that is the intention. Well, then I'll be over here cheering for you. Do not beat him too soon. The better you do, the easier it will be for Bart to sneak in. On a I know, right? Like when's the real episode 1, 2, and 3? I mean, I feel like that's what Takahashi's trying to do, because like if you look at Xenoblade, right? Like Xenosaga was supposed to be the technical episode 1, and all of it's 6 episodes, but it got cut down to 3, right? And then Xenoblade feels like it's starting over again, but it's instead like what's really interesting about when you look at Xenoblade, the entire series, is it feels like it's trying to pull people in and work its way to Xenogears. Because if you notice, like Xenoblade 1, it threw in some things, but not much. It was being very simple, but look at what happened to the people who played Xenoblade with zero knowledge of Xenosaga and Xenogears. They were hooked. They were like, what in the world? I didn't know a JRPG could do that. I didn't know. I mean, I don't want to spoil anyone on Xenoblade 1, but they were surprised by things that are just common occurrence in Xenogears. They are the most flattest common occurrence in Xenogears. So we're not surprised, right? We're like, in terms of, what Xenogears did to us, we're kind of right here, right? We're like overly analytical, where everyone else is kind of like, they're getting to that point. They're catching up to Xenogears. And I think that's what Takahashi's trying to do. Xenoblade 1 is like very, very, very Xenogears baby light, Then Xenoblade 2 was like, well, we need to pull in more people. So they used anime, right? And Xenoblade X, anyway. And then Xenoblade 3 was like, okay, we're going to test you guys. We're going to give you something a little harder to chew on, a little more steak, but it's going to be soft still. It feels like a Xenogears light. Not a Xenogears light, a Xenogears light, So they're catching people up. And I think the next game, or who knows, the 2 games from now, it's going to be Xenogears level of crazy. It's going to be absolutely insane and difficult to digest. And I'm here for it. It is trying to shoehorn in as a Xenogears prequel, but is no equal. Need to see a prequel to watch it. Absolutely. I think with how good Xenoblade is doing as a series, I think they can convince Square to give the rights to Xenogears. I don't know why, but I'm feeling it, I feel like it can happen, that Takahashi can somehow get them to actually just give the rights for 1 or 2 games. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? I think it's possible. I mean, look at how good Xenoblade's doing, right? It could happen. The human body is weak. I always fight against rocket or metal. There is no way I can lose. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Dan, what are you doing here? It's your fault that Alice. I'll never forgive you. I'm gonna kill you. So, to talk about, could have had an epic franchise if they stuck to that, except 2 variants that wasn't a warrior. Wait, if they stuck to what? I'm curious. But yeah, so to talk about this scene, now this is a very big analytical point that the Resonant Arc channel talked about. So an interesting concept they brought up was maybe this was supposed to be Timothy, not not Dan. And I was like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense, because they do an interesting thing later where, well, I can't spoil that, but there's a thing later that also somehow suggests that Timothy maybe would have actually been the one at the tournament pissed at Faye for the death of his wife, right? Like, think about it. I mean, Dan makes sense because, yeah, he's the little brother, but at the same time, it could have easily been Timothy as well, because he would also be equally just as upset about that, and even more betrayed, because that was, Faye was his best pal as well. So but we don't know why they chose Dan. There's not really any interview explaining why was Dan chosen for this. It's of all the people, like it doesn't. So weird. You had the scientist and the lover that was never a warrior. Once when he was running away from Gazelle and the other from the... Oh, are you talking about the past? You're talking about the past moments in Xenogears that they probably would have elaborated on. Yeah, I guess I won't say their names to not spoil people, but yes, that would have been a sequel, not a prequel. Wait, now I'm trying to reverse on what are you responding to now? Because I know I've said so much stuff now, and I'm like, wait, am I 1 minute ahead and I'm seeing things 1 minute behind now? I think that's what's happening. But yeah, so that was otherwise the thing with Dan though. Dan, attention all participants, we'll be starting soon. Please enter the arena. Exploring Dan. Oh, okay. You're the enemy of everyone in Lahan. I'm gonna kick your butt in front of everyone, and don't be running away either. Dan. Hey, mister, are you from Lahan? Seems like you and that boy have some kind of problem. Who do you think you are? Mind your own business. What's so funny? Nothing. Just wondering what kind of fight you will have with that boy. Well, I'm looking forward to it, Faye. Huh? Yeah, wait, how does that guy know my name? Very, very, energy. I didn't enter my real name. Exploring Dan would not. No, 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 no. It was from an okay, so I'm gonna refer you to a very incredible series of videos from a channel called Resonant Arc, and they did a full analysis of Xenogears, and it's the reason I am doing this stream. 100% is the motivating reason for me to do this, because they inspired me to just do it. I've had this in mind for years, and they had this going during COVID, and this this pushed my buttons enough to finally get me to do a full-on analysis, exploring the psychology, because that's a little bit more on my expertise. They looked at the literature elements of Xenogears, and they also looked at a lot of the interviews and other things that Takahashi had with with the game. So but in regards to that moment with Dan, they were questioning like, hey, could this have been a different character instead of being Dan in this very moment? Could this have been Tim that survived instead of Dan? And was Dan meant to actually be like, was there a reason for why they used Dan instead of Timothy? Because there's a scene later that suggests it could have easily been Tim. And so this is like something they're talking like this is an analysis that they did, and they've done a lot of other things too. They talked about Carl Jung, Friedrich Nietzsche, eternal reoccurrence, and a lot of the what was it, the Friedrich Nietzsche, Frederick, no, Sigmund Freud, and a lot of the elements of how all of that plays into Xenogears, because all of those are real elements that, like the id, ego, superego exploration, etc. So they explore all of that. Yes, they're trying to say that while they had Tim die in chapter 1, they were wondering if the developers had originally intended for Tim to be the one that survived, and Dan would have been the one that died instead. Dan and Alice, of course, which would have equally, affected Tim psychologically the same way it does Dan. So that's what they're looking at, essentially. But I'll post the link to their YouTube here, their analysis. I highly recommend watching it. It'll literally blow your mind. It blows open all the narrative and symbological elements of Xenogears. And I had played Xenogears twice before that, with like other just attempts of just me playing a little bit and then stopping halfway. But I'd beaten Xenogears twice. Then I played it a third time with them, They do it in a book club style where it's like, play up to this chapter, then we're going to discuss these elements. Oh, and I had my mind blown. The scientist and the lover not being included in the prequel would have been epic, especially. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Sorry for the whole tangent, everybody. Or not tangent, but just like me getting all passionate about this. It's about to start. I guess I better get ready too. Is this plan really going to work? It's already started. If something's wrong now, then that's tough. What are you worried about? They'll do okay. Besides, Shaitan's with him too. Now, all I gotta do is sneak into the castle through the well. No problem. I pray so. Well, I'm going. Margie's waiting in the citadel. Well then, do be careful, and thank you for helping Mother Margaret. No sweat. You'd better get out of Ave now, too. Things are gonna get out of hand soon. Thank you. So, now we are going to be going with Bart. There's not gonna be anything too crazy here, narratively, that happens with Bart at the moment. I think there was a scene with Ramses somewhere that's interesting, though. I'm trying to recall it. Oh, man. Anyway. Brave young men are spilling their blood on the front lines. Our army is the best, but the tides of war are uncertain. To protect the tradition of Ave and preserve peace in the desert, we must all unshaken resolve. The desert is precious treasure passed down to us and the ancestors, and here we could forge our minds and bodies in the wind. Our teachers are in the sun and the wind. We've gathered here today with the strong bodies, forged by the desert, the sun above us, is the same as which burns over the fathers at the front, with the wind blowing and the, oh my gosh, same with the wisps, resolve prayers to the sons of the front. This tournament raises our spirits and renews the blessings from the desert we live in. Brave ones, warriors, fight well, and do not shame our brothers at the front. Oh my god, I was not expecting that to go as fast as it was. That was probably the fastest text in the game thus far yet. Actually, there was times where they get interrupted, but oh my gosh. Kind of like Revenge of the Sith, showing him becoming the entity of destruction. Yeah. All right. So, that's a lot of nothing. I mean, like, if you consider everything about what we've heard in Ave, right? Let's recall some of those keynotes. People are pissed at this guy for sending their sons to war, etc. They're spilling their blood. He even says it, himself. But he's like, oh, let's not shame our brothers. You are already shaming them. Let the 338th tournament begin. I don't even think he's here for the tournament. He's not. He really isn't. Because he has his own thing going on. A moving speech, if I do say so myself. See? He's just in it for himself. He's just like, ah, yeah, that sounded so cool. Oh, Commander Ramses. Sorry to have kept you waiting. This way, please. I remember reading that the first time, missed out on most of it. The second playthrough, I had to pause a bunch to catch it all. Crap, I didn't realize I could pause there. Oh, man. I'm afraid I do not have time for such gay revelry. Of course he means happy. I just dropped by to bid you farewell. What a pity. You did not like our entertainment? I find it boring. Oh, let it be Commander Shakan is only trying to show out hospitality. Hospitality. Did I say hospitality? Wow. I personally find martial arts quite interesting. I look forward to seeing the tournament. To say this event is a tribute to you, Commander, is no understatement. Your gracious help in our time of need enabled us to celebrate the country's founding today. Founding? How impudent. It's not even your country. Do as you like. So, as you see, Ramses is very, very matter-of-fact. Myung, how about the tournament? Will you grace us with your company? Yes, it would be a pleasure. So, try to remember this scene, everybody. At least Myung deciding to stay here to watch. There's a reason for it. Let's just put it that way. There's a reason for actually, anything Myung does, just know there's a reason for. Oh, it's starting. So, Gonzalez versus beloved boxer. Yes, I called Faye the beloved boxer. He is my beloved boxer. I feel so bad for him, the poor bean. My, what a handsome boy. Alright, so... I mean, this isn't so bad to get through. I'm gonna death blow later, because I wanted to see, like... Yeah, they weren't really all that strong or anything. They were basically no threat. But there's this unique animation. You don't see this again anywhere else, by the way. So, it was worth seeing that. I mean, he basically did like a Street Fighter super move, or actually reminds me of Chang from King of Fighters almost. Especially that part where he starts spinning around his little mace there. So we're gonna at least heal once, in case we don't get the kill, which is fine. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, we got the kill. Hey, and we got a survival tent out of it. That's good. We don't need to buy any then. So, the reason to give the survival tent is, you know, in case you gotta heal between. But we have Hob Jerky. Use your Hob Jerky, folks. Just use it. You can't use it in battle. I very rarely used the death blows except on bosses so I could build up my percentage. Unless I can... Yeah, absolutely. That's what I usually do too. Right now I have to level him up until he unlocks the next AP bar, so, you know. Might as well use him. But what I'm going to do this time also is I'm actually going to show off the death blow spam. I always ended on square instead of X. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of stuff requires square. That's the funny part. Like, sure, there's triangle too, but a lot of stuff requires, you know, requires square. Especially the this level. I mean, the 6 AP cost death blows all require square in it. So, and that one gets not used quite much. Oh no! Ah, push! We gotta swim against the current. Oh. Here. Yeah, we're kind of stuck in a thing right now. Oh, man. Swim, Bart. Swim. There we go. Okay, now we can finally swim again. Push. Push, Bart, push. Swim, swim, swim. That's all that's... Uh-oh. Okay, so we just gotta hope we hold this position. Essentially how this section works is, you know, you'll get pushed all the way back if you don't hold it. I kind of messed up there because my finger slipped. Okay, there we go. Swim, 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 Bart, swim like a fish. Go, 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 Bart, you're a goddamn shark. I don't know what I'm saying. Now, another interesting thing you can do, though, if you get behind the wall, it doesn't push you back. Yeah. Oops, I went the wrong way. Where was the... Okay, do you remember where the thing was? There's a treasure chest you can get only by going to the... That's right. It was the aquarium at the restaurant. I'm trying to go there. Okay, so now we have the next battle. So here I'm going to demonstrate the little death blow spam thing. Hey, it's Joe time! Look at this guy. He is the star of the show, even though, you know, it's Joe. The combo. That's what it was. So, just gonna end the combo there, and I gained 4 AP. Oh yeah, the fans hit harder than Joe. As you see. Great and dynamic! Look at him, he's like snapping his fingers, cheering for support. This is also why I'm saving up for the combo thing, because any first damage I do is negligent, essentially. Negligible. Wow, I said negligent. Okay, this is a good cycle. We'll probably have to throw in one heal. Great and dynamic. Okay, I think we have enough to spam. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. We won't survive the Net's fan attack. And if I get unlucky, that would be bad. So, let's use... Yeah, let's use inner healing, just to be safe. Great! That's it. Just great. Just great. Alright. So, now we spam. And this might finish him off in one. Even if it's just 3 of these. But this is how you can kill Ramses very fast. It also will outdo whatever healing he does in one turn. Great! Okay, good. That works out all right. Good. Okay, we should survive the next one unless he attacks us in 2 more cycles. So this time I'm just going to go for Raijin spam, and we should be good. Oh, almost. Almost. Alright. Boom! There it is. And we get no experience because he's a weak loser. We do, however, get the metal vest. And you know who that's going to? Not Faye. No, sir. No, sir. That is not going to Faye. Faye will be okay. In fact, I think we already have... No, we don't. But this does give a nice defensive boost, but we're not actually going to use it on Faye. We're giving that to Bart. Oops. Bar. We're giving it to Bar. We need all the defense we can get on this boy. Because if you notice, he had 40 defense, not 41 like Faye does. So, I'm not saying that... I mean, little numbers do big effects in Xenogears, but... but... knowing what's coming up for Bart, I need to survive this. Okay, I think this goes up to the aquarium. There it is. I want this chest. There we go. Received gold nugget. Yes, we just made some money. Bye! I like how the person looks through the aquarium, the server, and they're like, oh, wait, what? Oops. I was trying to hold up to jump away. Yeah, now they're so confused. They're like, what? Why is he back? What's going on? In the beginning it does. Later game you only carry 1 armor. The rest status effects. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Oh, and we want this. Received Rosal S. That... We don't come across those... I mean, it's a nice way to save money, just picking up whatever you can, but... I'm going to be making sure to use items this time to make a lot of battles go faster. Because one thing that I don't do enough of in some RPGs, and I'm trying to break the habit of, is using items and and not just letting them sit there, like sometimes you're holding 10 elixirs and you have to be like, well, I might not use one every boss battle, but why not just make my life easier and use it for this one, right? Talking about Final Fantasy, of course. So I can't remember if the other way had something from memory. The way to the right. But I know we're supposed to swim against the current, obviously. However, I do remember this one. You didn't get behind the wall to stop it from pushing. I know, I forgot. I totally forgot. This one doesn't have a wall, though, this time. Should I go back? Should I go back the other way? I feel like I should. I should pick up whatever's on the other side. I might as well, right? Also, what I might do is, for the video I'm recording on the side, the short version of this, I might... Oh, wait. Where did that go again? I'm trying to recall where these go. Oh, it went in a goddamn circle, didn't it? Ah, I knew I shouldn't have went down there. I should have just trusted my... Wait. No, that goes... Oh, wait, was this the way forward? Oh, this is the way forward. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Oh, wait a sec. That's not the way forward. That's a break. That's right. But we're fine. We're not going to sell that gold nugget yet. We don't need anything that we need to buy here. There's nothing of value that we need to buy from Ave. Okay, so I'm going to pause the recording part of the stream. There we go. And that way they can have a little break from just seeing Bart swimming through the water. All the way. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it too. Like, I was like, no! I mean, it's fine, right? If I really needed to do something, one last minute thing, then I could have done that. But, There we go. I'm doing the wall trick. I'm doing it. Okay. So now we go up this way. Imagine this is actually the right way and I just completely forgot. Because this is still against... Okay, no, it's not against the current. So, do we recall what was this way? Because I don't. I remember the Roll S and the Aquasol S, but... Oh, what is that? Yeah, whoa. Okay, I think I missed this every time I played. Because I always thought it was on a time limit back then, but then I learned... Oh, it's a survival tent. Hey, you know what? Those cost like... Wait, how much did those cost again? Regardless, it's free money. Like, it's a thing I didn't have to pay for, but, yeah, usually I skipped the survival tent then. Okay. Alright, the next battle. Scud! Check out my magic... Wait, pills? What? I missed that. I looked away for literally 1 second. So, I'm gonna activate Iron Valor for this one. And we're actually gonna fight it normal this time. As weird as that might be. Okay, it was magic pills. Do your thing, Faye. Happy pill. Oh, right. Okay, so I could do the same thing I just did before. I could. Ugh. Do 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 do. No 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 no. Yeah, I'm gonna do the combo trick again, just because it'll make things a little faster. Ugh. Okay, so, who wants to see this? Oh, I forgot about that. Ooh! Strong pill. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing we're doing this. So, now we're gonna just go ham. Just a second, people. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. And let's see. This was supposed to be FF7, and oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because essentially this was the staff coming off of Chrono Trigger at the time. This was also supposed to be Chrono Trigger 2, believe it or not. Before it became the next Final Fantasy, or was supposed to be the next Final Fantasy, it was actually supposed to be the next Chrono Trigger game, Chrono Trigger 2, which is why you see the same names, such as, was it the first one we saw Balthazar appear, and then the other two wise, the other, like the three wise sages from Chrono Trigger, their names are still in the game, which is really hilarious. So essentially, and it's not that they didn't get that kind of budget. Actually, on the interview, the reason why they Square decided, like, hey, you know what, just make this your own game, was because they said the main character and everything that happens in the game is too dark even for standards of Final Fantasy, essentially. So despite them doing Cloud, the way he was, they were like, this is far darker than that, and maybe a little bit too dark for Final Fantasy even, and certainly too dark for Chrono Trigger, which is kind of funny when you think about it, right? But you know what? Maybe that kind of worked out a little better in that way. Not to mention, did you know the game was actually known as Project Noah during its development? And guess what the main character's name of Xenoblade 3 is? Noah. And that's why a lot of elements from Xenogears, including the DLC of Yeah, oh my gosh, I still need to play Final Fantasy 16. I'm waiting for it to come to PC now. But that's why we see a reference to Faye, literally, in Xenoblade 3's DLC. Matthew, while he doesn't share all the same elements as Faye, he does share the same conflict. Wait. I'm sorry, I just realized the chat that I'm showing on stream has not been... Oh man, I feel stupid. Even though I didn't change my setup at all. That's kind of annoying. What in the world? This should be displaying the chat. What's going on there? Hold up. I'm gonna make sure the chat can be seen. Ah, the URL changed. That's why. There we go. Now everyone can see it. Now everyone can see that I'm not talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself, guys. I'm not crazy. I'm not making all this up. Why? Okay. All right. But yeah. There's so much interesting information in regards to Xenogears. Not to mention, it wasn't entirely like more so than money. It was actually time. Square literally said, "Hey, you need to wrap up. You know, we don't have any more time. We want to release Final Fantasy VII, all that. We want to do Final Fantasy VIII, etc. You know, we want to get the staff moving, right?" And they said, just end the game and just make a Xenogears 2. And Takahashi was like, no, I might not get to do Xenogears 2. Like, he could read the writing on the wall that they would totally not approve of a Xenogears 2. He said he wanted to get the story done all in one and say what he has to say and wrap up whatever loose ends within Xenogears and what we know of Xenogears up. So that's why this 2, it wasn't that it was rushed. He just made the decision to do exposition instead, and that he wouldn't have to rush, and that's why we have the famous exposition chair. He decided just give the information rather than, like, yes, the development was rushed, but he intentionally did the exposition chair rather than rush and cut off the game with a cliffhanger as Square wanted them to. Definitely check out that analysis video because they talk all about it. It's really fascinating. But the exposition chair both kind of worked to Xenogears' advantage and disadvantage. I thought a lot of people hated it, but it turns out a lot of people actually loved this too because the pacing of the story was considered better. And I was like, oh, I never thought about that, because when you go through an RPG, it goes like this: story, world map, if it has one, battle, dungeon, story, town, or even story, battle, story, battle, or you could say story, dungeon with battles, or even story, travel across world map to another story, aka town, because a lot of story stuff happens in town. Go to dungeon, complete dungeon, story happens within dungeon, story happens at beginning of dungeon, maybe story happens throughout the dungeon to make things more interesting, right? But story gets cut off between combat and exploring and all this other stuff and side questing. So all of a sudden we had story, and then boss battle, and then story, maybe a dungeon. I agree with you with Rebirth. I have yet to play 16, but I imagine it's a similar issue where the negative of open world, and it can't be helped though, because it's not like FF7 didn't have breaks between its story. It had a crap ton of breaks, all set by you exploring around, right? And you can get distracted with other things, technically. Rebirth makes it get distracted with more things. Now, I love a lot of the actually, a lot of the same Xenogears elements actually appears in Rebirth, which is really fascinating. crazy fascinating even. Cloud is experiencing even things that weren't emphasized on before, which is really like, whoa, and he's beginning to become a little bit more like Faye, which I find curious, but at the same time, yeah, like, Fitstein had too much exposition. Rebirth had the... Yeah, I think Rebirth could have benefited more from exposition. I agree. I liked a lot of the world exploration. I liked learning about the world of FF7. I love that. I love learning about the worlds of any RPGs. And when that is left out from an RPG, I throw a fit. I need to know everything about the world. How do people live? Where do they use the restroom? I know, kind of crazy, but guess what? Xenogears even had a restroom here and there. So I know people use the restroom. As weird as that is. Like, I want to know if they live like people. That's... So the basic eating food, how did they live? How did they sleep? What is day-to-day work life like, right? I want to know how these people live. Now, I don't care what they do in the restroom. I just care that they actually function like actual real-life people if you're giving me human beings. And if they aren't human beings, if they are aliens or any kind of species, well, what's their life like? How do they live day to day? Do they work? Do they eat? Do they not eat? Do they I don't know, absorb nutrients by putting their hand against a wall and just absorbing all the bacteria off of it? I don't know, but I want to know, So FF7 Rebirth kind of fulfilled that. It's like, wow, now I know how people live in Final Fantasy VII, because I've always been curious, What is the day-to-day life like beyond just an NPC telling me, man, I want to go to the bar and blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, people go to bars, but, do people have hobbies? Right? Yeah, I mean, whoops, I shouldn't get too distracted, though. So let's just use another object key. And so 16 having too much exposition. And yeah, like, I like story. I love playing visual novels. One of the other things that's popular on my channel, maybe it's the only thing that's popular on my channel, is Banana Ranch. I'm not going to say anything more about what Banana Ranch is, because I know most people will not share that same interest that I do. But, big but, I'm used to a lot of exposition. Final Fantasy Tactics was my jam back then. I would say that's another game that formed my interests. The political intrigue involved in Final Fantasy Tactics, the question of religion and government and etc. And like, what is corruption? What is morally incorrect and correct? What is law meant for? What is, like, is it wrong to fight against your own system knowing that you might be seen as a heretic? Things like that, right? And I found it very fascinating. Tactics is the GOAT. I agree. Like, Ramza is... he is your hero, right? He's your hero character. But, like, just... I guess he shares a similar quality to Cloud in that they are both enemies of their, of what would be considered the higher power in their world, Maybe I should go back. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's got to be the floodgates. Here we go, guys. We got to swim. But, yeah, what was it? Cloud, he's a rebel against... he's a mercenary. But he's working with eco-terrorists, right? And then Ramza is, his own form of... he's a heretic against the entire world. The religious order of things, the government, the ruling power, etc. Because corruption is happening everywhere in that game. It's crazy. It's this divide between the high class and the low class, and oh my gosh, the haves and the have-nots. Which, by the way, the haves and the have-nots appear in Xenogears. Right? With the The W word. The W word. We'll get to that when we do. In the game. For those of you who are watching for the first time. What? Playing in the reservoir again. Get up out of there now, boy. Yeah, sure thing, man. Okay. So we're in, and we're sneaking about. Kid, how many times must I tell... How many years has it been? Well, haven't you grown up? Are you really a child, the child I used to play hide and seek with? Is this some sort of joke? Well, answer me. What are you babbling on about? Old man, even back when I was a child, you used to ramble on and on, but I see it's gotten worse. So once again, another person that Bart knows from before he escaped the, Ave. What? Ramble? Did you say I rambled on? Well, why you little brat? The only people who I ever allowed to call me a rambler were my late mother and the young prince. His Highness. What was his name? You mean His Highness Prince Bartholomew? Yes, His Highness Prince Bartholomew. Boy, you certainly know a lot. If Bartholomew was alive, he'd be about your age. Did you know that both he and his family were killed by that Shakan? You won't beat me, Shakan. I'll protect Ave's water till I die. In remembrance of the kindness of the king and the young prince. Thanks, old man. Father would be glad. What do you mean, father? Are you the son of an acquaintance of mine? Wait, I remember. This is such a great scene. No, that's not it. I don't recall the king having any secret sons. Sorry, but I don't have time to explain. You'll remember. See ya. Who was that? Now, it's funny that he goes, who was that? Because, I'm assuming that Bart runs at this point, and the old man would go, who was that, right? Kind of like in the, in the animes and all that. Like, oh, see ya, dude. Crazy little big things. Hello, welcome. You think Square is thinking about a remake or well, not Square, per se. Actually, I'll have a secondary save, but, Square might not be thinking about it, unless... Oh, no, Square owns it. Square owns it still. It's just, they don't have Takahashi to helm it. That's the problem. Xenogears dude, the guy who is the brains, as well as his wife, Soryasaga, I'm not sure where she is still, but, Takahashi, he's doing Xenoblade, of course. However, on the other hand, Square still does own it, because they keep inserting, like Xenogears into other properties as well as... We're going to actually fight this guy. I know we're supposed to be sneaky, but we're going to fight this guy. But yeah, they put Faye, for instance. Faye, Ellie, Bart, Chitan, and I think even Billy into Brave Exvius. And yep, they released music for Xenogears as well. But as much as, it's so weird that they do that. They could remaster it, but if they were ever to remake it, they might try to hire Takahashi or Monolith Soft. I don't know what's the deal between Monolith Soft and Nintendo, or if they're owned by Nintendo, because they worked with Namco Bandai in the past, as you know. So I don't know if they're entirely owned by Nintendo. But chances are, if they were ever to remaster Xenogears in some way, they would either do it without Takahashi's help and just try to only, I don't know, up-res the graphics in some way, etc. I don't even think they have the source code, though, so they would even up-res it or anything. They would probably just, at least remake the sprites and all that, and just keep everything the same and have no voice acting. Or they might add voice acting, but that would require a completely new localization. Something which I don't see them putting any effort into, because, once again, Takahashi, they would probably rather just have Takahashi at that point, because even Ted Woolsey, with this localization, struggled really hard to make sense of all the different symbolisms and have it come across in a way that the player might be able to understand it at the bare minimum. They own Xenogears game, but not... Yeah, they do not own Xenosaga or Xenoblade. The creators no longer... Yep. If they remake it, they would have to pay an exorbitant amount. Yes. Yes. That is precisely one of the bigger issues with what was it? With why Xenogears just might not come back. Here we go. What are you doing here, Dan? I escaped from Yui's place. I'm here to avenge my sister's death. Please, Dan, stop it. Shut your mouth. I'll never forgive you, you murderer. What do you want me to do? Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're not going to fight. I'm gonna take you down! And did I trick you all for a second, going about to attack? This is for Lahan! This is for Timothy! This is for my sister! So if you beat him up, you'll get nothing out of this fight, but if you don't... It's amazing they put all this work into animating him, too. That disc 2, though, I want to see it to it... Yeah, I want to see to it... I want to see it all its true form... at its true form. Oh, at its true form. Sorry, I have to, like, squint a little bit. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, all we're doing here is just defending. Because why would you attack your own, your own friend? They wouldn't. Yeah, I was catching up crazy little big things. This will go on for just a bit longer. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to heal. I'm gonna heal, because I know what's coming up, and I forgot how much damage it does if I defend it. I think it was about, like, 20 to 40... Oh, wait, he's doing it. Damn you, Faye, why don't you fight back? Come on, I challenged you. Wait, no, maybe he's not doing it. That's amazing that he didn't do it. I can't. There's no way I could ever bring myself to strike you, Dan. Darn! Taking you down easily like this isn't gonna satisfy the souls of my sister or Timothy. Blast. I'll save this duel for later. The next time I meet you, it's going to be your funeral, scum! Until then, hang on to this. So, you know what's fascinating? I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention, but he did not... So, he can use Faye's guided blast, or his guided energy, but the gear version, like the big Kamehameha version, he can actually do that. And I'm surprised it never happened once. I was like, oh, I better heal just in case he does it. And he didn't. What? Not once. How does that happen? That should have happened. I'm really surprised. Every time you look at it, I want you to suffer and feel the guilt for what you did. Took possession of Alice's wedding dress. Because if you remember, he went in and saved the wedding dress. Dan, Shut up! I don't want to hear your stupid excuses. Hey, you're such a bastard! Guided shot. Thank you. So now we have the wedding dress, which you can actually wear for an interesting statistical increase to certain stats. So Faye is good. The Kamehameha, yeah. The Kamiyamama, or the Kamehameha, as two people have once said on, there was that little video going around on, like, on social media. Oh my gosh. The people trying to describe Kamehameha and failing. I think, could we put the wedding dress on anyone? Yeah, we can. But once again, I say it's a very interesting statistical increase, because this has better defense than the leather vest and all that. But the bigger thing that you gotta focus on here is ether defense. This is actually quite useful for some scenarios, because like I said, small numbers actually have a big effect in this game. So having that little extra bit of ether defense actually can edge you out in some battles. Not that we'll need to worry about it here. we're going to be dealing with a lot of physical attacks, which is why I put the metal vest on Bart, which I'm sure Joshua knows what's coming. But we'll save that for the people who don't know what's coming. But of course, this is a good time to also explore around and collect things. The Cobra Kakra, yeah. Well, wow. The Cobra Kraka. So this we're equipping just because. Now, yes, I know I did say small numbers and da 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 da. 1 point is significant, but poison though. It's okay if there's a guard outside. We're fine. I grinded a bit. I specifically brought a few Aquasouls just for this. Just in case. But, okay, I will show you guys, for those who haven't tried this option, I'll show you what peeking outside the door looks like. And it's just interesting that they went out of their way to put such an option. Hey, dude, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Don't get in my way. I'm rehearsing for tomorrow's meeting. Okay, well, you keep doing that. I'm gonna just look at these weapons here. Damn, this is some fine military equipment you have here. Oh, you just noticed. Who are you? Why do you look like that? Oh, I love it. And I love that happened, and then battle, right? So here we can't do anything much. But I will show you what it looks like if someone dodges a lot of attacks in a row. And how Faye looks flying upwards. Off air. He is kicking the air so hard. You know? Alright, you have fun. It's a long video, and all of it's long. There's a lot of videos. But you know, if you're not doing anything, I highly recommend it. If you're just like playing a video game, grinding, or doing whatever that doesn't require much focus, have that on the side to listen to and watch your mind be blown. I like how Faye also flips backwards after that. What a wimp. What a wimp. Whee! Boo, boo, boring. Come on, fight properly. This is not good. At this rate. Just as I thought. Huh? You, where did you learn that technique? Who cares where? Come on now. Come on now. Put up a serious fight. So then, why do you fight? For yourself or for the sake of others? Why do you ask that for? Doesn't there have to be a reason or a goal for a person to fight? My reasons for fighting are none of your business. So, you are fighting for no reason or goal. Would you shut up? I'm in the middle of finding for my purpose. So, I find that little sentence interesting. Finding for my purpose. I'm not. It's an interesting way to word that. I mean, he's finding his purpose, and that comes out because he's trying to pull that out of him, right? And then forget it. There's no way you could find such. So, nostalgia. I remember him. If only Faye, knew who the Masked Man was. Yes. So once again, storytelling-wise, this is a character who seems to already know this guy's name. And he's asking him where he learned that technique, and he's saying you're not going to find any such purpose. Like, how does he know this, right? He's letting on so much more than he knows. What? You appear to be looking forward, but in reality, you're only looking downward. You're only looking at yourself. Like that, you'll find nothing. How would you know? I know. By exchanging blows with you, you can tell a great deal. That's just an excuse. But he's not wrong also. Faye is indeed looking downward. In other words, you know, a little bit of a little hint for depression. Shut up! Weak. You won't even graze me with those kind of attacks. But superficially, at least, it seems you've matured physically. So, the only thing he's saying here is, all you've done is grow. That's it. Mentally, not so. You've done well in recovering from those wounds, Faye. How do you know my name? I deliberately didn't use my real name when I entered this contest. And that thing about me recovering from my wounds. You aren't who I think you are. But you aren't who I think you are. So now he has a little bit of an idea. What? Oh my. Is it already that time? I guess it can't be helped. I've got to be on my way. Wait! I want to ask you! Everyone's pissed off. It seems the competitor Wiseman has forfeited. The remaining competitor will automatically be awarded victory. What? Are you... what? Are you serious? Boo, boo! Yeah, I won the bet! Wiseman. So an interesting scene. We get a lot of questions once again, and he says, "You're not who I think you are." So, you know, if you remember, we talked to some people at the town, right, Lahan, and they said, "Oh, a mysterious guy in a hood who was wearing a mask carried him to the door." He, you know, and Faye was just not even there. He was just like, where, you know, and he eventually came to, and he was normal. At least to the villagers, right? So now we have our battle here. And these guys are a non-issue. Surya! But yeah, lots of cool stuff they have in here. So now I'm going to show you what it's like when we take a peek. And you know, they let you peek out that one way, right? And if there is someone out there, you'll actually see their sprite, you know, kind of moving towards you and all that. So I'll try to show that when there's a guard nearby and I could run into the room. But we're going to check the other side now. Because, you know, you can find a few things here. And we could also get some experience, which will, you know, if I get lucky... I mean, I don't think we'll be able to learn the next attack yet, but this is enough seasoning. They will be tired out from today's tournament. I'm busy. Get out of my way. While this is warming, I'll get this ready. Was I cutting vegetables? No, wait. Hey, you're talking to me. You're talking to me got me all mixed up. I wonder how the tournament's going. I'd like to go see it, but the head chef won't let me. I wonder if the beloved boxer is winning. So kind of funny that he decided to bet on the beloved boxer. It was probably like, you know, there in the morning. Or he heard about it. We're not interested in gambling, right? Yep. Hey guys. I'm right here. Guys, do you guys see I'm not one of you? Yep, a festival means liquor. You got it. Oh man, the guy we all bet on lost his first fight. Now all we could do is drink. You got it. So does anyone want to answer the elephant in the room? No one. Anyone? Apparently not. I wonder if there's anything good here. What are they eating? Look at this. So another thing I also like with Xenogears is just how much detail they put into... Like, they didn't need to make this food 3D. They could have just done a 2D texture on top of these, you know, things or whatever, but they didn't. They went the extra mile, and they actually made it this livable thing. This is where the people in Ave's castle eat. This is their little mess hall. And we could see where the chefs would come out, put the food here, you know, put the plates there. People can pour themselves a drink. Like, this is so lived in. It's amazing to me. I love it. And I think that's like one thing with RPGs, like you want to see that it's lived in. Oops. Okay, so I was trying to go back in there to see if I could like make, you know, show you the guards animation. They're still upstairs too, so we'll take advantage of that. Da na 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 da ba 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 ba. Oh, you know what? We're getting to 1 hour and 20 something. So I'm going to probably end the episode for those on the recording side of things. And then I'll continue. Okay, so for those of you who are watching the recorded version of this live stream, I'll be ending the episode here, and I'll be starting the recording again because I'm still streaming. So you'll get your next hour of stuff there. So be back. Hey guys, Koyo here. We are on the next live stream video being recorded. This is just picking up right from where we left off in the same exact stream, which you can also check out. I, keep all my stuff there. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, especially because I am trying my best to get what footage I can out, recordings and etc. Yeah. I do plan on getting through Xenogears via stream, and I also plan on returning to Super Mario RPG eventually. So we're just fighting all the guys because it's good experience, as I've mentioned. For those of you who are now in the recording, I'm going to be pausing here because you're not going to really see much until I show you the little sneaky moments. You're not missing much. Alright, so now the recording has stopped for them. And we're back on the stream. We're always on the stream, but still. Wait, did he get to take 2 turns? That was interesting. Surya! Cha! Cha! Huh! Crap! Alright, moving on. And then we gotta deal with this guy. Yes, they are 2 separate enemies. Even though, there was 2 of them right there. Oh. Rhythm Shock. I don't know why, but Rhythm Shock feels like such a video game title, doesn't it? I want to play some Rhythm Shock. I guess it's because of Rhythm Heaven. Let's try Headhunter on him. See how much damage that does. It's not going to do as much as the others, but still. Yeah. But it's enough to kill him. So, I guess another fun thing, I'm going to record as well on this. So another fun thing is this in itself is a dungeon, but of course there's people sneaking around. There's castle based. Oh, wait, how far is he going? I want to keep that guy alive for the sake of sneaking and doing the thing. Although the effect will work better if I'm down the hall. Oh my, Major Vandercom, bringing this thing into the room. Going to be so difficult to clean with this here. So, remember this. Remember this. Chekhov's gun. Not as in this being a gun, but just remember that, okay? But otherwise, yeah, so when it comes to dungeon design, a lot of the dungeons here are, kind of places rather than, like, they're places that people can exist in, rather than being, dungeons formed of like fire and water and ice, and they are more actual existing in realistic places, you could say. I was like, I wonder if he won't notice us. But so in this case, like, we have a castle. Now, the sewers, like, maybe doesn't count because there was no enemies, perhaps, but even then, it kind of hails back to the old style of Dungeons and Dragons, being that you would travel through such places and fight rats and etc., right? So, you know, Xenogears really is like a kind of lived-in world, I guess you could say, where pretty much a lot of things, with, like I said, the dungeons make logical sense. It's hard to explain, but they talk about that in the analysis, and I thought I would bring this up here, you know, kind of giving my thoughts on it, because it makes the dungeon design kind of fascinating. Who's there? Stop daydreaming. Arrest the intruder. Oh, hi. I only just realized they're all sitting at the table, but yeah, it kind of makes for this interesting dungeon design, because, you know, beyond the stalactite cave that we were spending our time in earlier, and like the Black Moon Forest, a lot of these places will instead be more like, oh, military bases and you know, like I said, sewers. So the design will exist around that and not deviate from what makes sense in reality, I guess you could say. It's hard. Once again, hard to explain until you see it. But we'll just get through this now. Those of you watching the recorded version of this, I'm going to be cutting here while I just destroy all these enemies. Hey, so who wants to see among one of the useless ether attacks in the game? $34 damage. And it did not kill, of course. Can this attack be made better? Yes. With an ether doubler. But, you know. Yeah. It's, doesn't really get better than that. I mean, like, yes, it can, but you're really not gonna waste an ether doubler on it. Let's put it that way. There's no point to it. You know, yeah, I actually can't think of an area in the game where that would ever be useful. The Heaven Sent spell. Like, maybe, like, imagine there is the one guy, right? The one boss or enemy or something that, oh, they just take all the damage from it, but I really do not recall any such point where Heaven Sent was ever useful. There are abilities in this game that just make me wonder, like, why did they put this on a character who cannot support such a playstyle? His ether's low. Like, his ether is incredible. Like, I think he's the second or third lowest character in terms of their ether stat. So there's not really much point to offensive-based, you know, ether spells on Bard. However, I mean, I guess if someone hacked the ether stat for Bart's sake, maybe then, right? Maybe then would it be really useful, but I mean, at that point, just put a spellcaster in, right? Okay. Wait, we did get to level 21, though. But we don't have any more AP to learn the next attack, so not much we could do. Oh, but we could learn, at least. That's good. Wait, or can we? We need 6 AP, though. Wait, did I just walk back and... Oops. I walked back inside the same place. Oh, you know what? Enemies respawn. I just realized that. I'm gonna go down the other side, though. So we're gonna have to get into another battle. I mean, I could just keep running, but I'm not gonna get away. That's only for, you have that moment to start running to a door. That's essentially what that is. Yeah, no, we can't. We don't have 6 AP, so even if we master these moves, it's only gonna be learned once we have 6 AP. But might as well train it then. And we're getting free Aqua Souls out of this, so I'm not complaining. I'm gonna have to eventually replace all the Hob Jerkies that I'm not gonna have after using them all. Hi, dude, what's up? We must rewrite all false history books on the monarchy. We also must get rid of any books that might cause problems. So, what he's talking about here is an ethos-related thing that no one can really know the true history of the world. They will know whatever ethos wants them to know, which keeps them under their control. Do you know the history of Bledavik? No, I don't. This city was built on the desert rock bed. This was partially to escape sand erosion, but that's not all. An underground water basin wells up here. The rock bed is made of limestone, so the water level continued to rise to its present level. Fatima Castle was originally built to protect the water oh, right. So we're getting a little bit of a history lesson here. I forgot to press record there. But essentially this guy is giving us a history on how Fatima and etc. came to be. So that was built on a rock bed, and it had like water, like a little riverbed underneath it due to the limestone, etc. And that's why the water level is at where it is today. Fatima Castle was originally built to protect the water source, but gradually the desert people started to live here. They were soon joined by a steady flow of people from northern lands. That is the story of the city of Bledavik. So what happens if we say, yes, we do know the story? Wow, you know a lot. That's all that happens. So it's better to just say, I don't know, because most of the time they will tell you. Ave's true history. Now, another thing about this area was, well, I'll show you soon, but in the dark days of the Fatima rule, the people had little to eat and even less to be happy about. Their hardships peaked during the reign of Edbart IV. Using the people's fury as his power base, Shakan, the prime minister, then led the armies that broke the tyranny of the Fatima dynasty. Those heroes became the nucleus of Ave's current armed forces. So we all know that's kind of BS. Shakan came and assholed his way through, assholed his way into power. So if you see what this guy says here, we must rewrite all false history books on the monarchy. We also must get rid of any books that might cause problems. Now this is ethos related, in that they will, let you know what they want you to know, not the true history, obviously, because that would work against their narrative and what they want to do. So just what? You okay? Okay, there we go. That was interesting. Did he have like a distance threshold, but I was already caught on like a single pixel? Very interesting. Surya! There we go. Nice and easy. All right. So our net store. I forgot to be using. Oh no! I hate myself. I forgot to actually be trying to master the moves for a second there. Yeah, oopsies. It would be better with 6 AP anyway, though. I'm worried. Oh. Better record. There we go. I'm worried. The army's power is rising too quickly. What will happen to the civilian officials like me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Once again, a really nice room. So I guess city officials live on really nice beds, have very large rooms, based on this. Oh, who's this guy? Well, if it isn't His Highness Bartholomew. It has been a long time. Are you well, my highness? And only the older people seem to remember Bartholomew. But Bart has nothing to say to that. He is on a mission. So we will continue as is. Let's see, and I don't think we're not anywhere close to leveling up, but that's fine. We're gonna barge on past this guy, though. So every time you hear a pause, that is me pressing the pause or record button on the video, on the OBS. So that way, you know, people who are watching the recorded version who missed it, they don't need to see like any of the grinding in between, etc. Because, you know, I can't help that on live stream. I do wonder though. Oh, you know what? I wish this displayed in a more easy way. Let me see. Is this not displaying everything? I don't think it is. Sorry, I'm just fixing this right now because like I said, I kind of realize it's not going properly. Why is that? Okay, so it's not because of the cropping. That's actually weirder. I need to get a proper chat stream thing. I mean, at least I read everything else, but, you know, it would be nice to eventually find a proper stream chat. Because I don't know how to do that. This is the best way I could come up with for now, though. Alright, well, moving on. So I think we're gonna check down here. Now, if I remember correctly... Oh, wait a sec... Okay. Okay. I see what's going on. Technically, you could have skipped all the rooms, come up this way, and etc. But then, I think, where did this lead to? Was this the front door? No, it's the throne. But once again, you can kind of see the... Oh, I'll let this be in the recording. So here's the throne room. Just thought I'd show it off. You've got these like torches in blue all on the sides here. This is the other side. Technically, you don't have to go up this way. You know, on the ladder, you could actually just work your way there from the bottom floor, and then just go up these stairs and have a quick way to where you got to get to. But you'd miss out on some stuff that way. But here's this floor. This is the floor we arrived at once we fought the dude guarding the door. Don't recall if there was anything much that... Oh, yeah, this is like the meeting room, essentially. So another little look at that. We could see some portraits of some people here. Possibly past rulers, maybe, if things haven't been moved around much. Could be something else, too. And when we go up these stairs, I'll be closer to our target. Hello. All right. Let's see. Do that. We'll do a lot of triangle as well, and then we'll throw in some X's on the next battle, if there is. I don't know if those were the last guys, though. Nice. I wonder if that will gain us the one more AP we need. Oh, hi. Whoops. So this is where those guys were guarding, essentially. Once again, another interesting bedroom. They put all these bedrooms in, and it's just, like I said, it's interesting to see how, what kind of people live in this castle. What are their rooms like? What are their furnishings like? There's this guy here. He's the only guard there, so it could be important. Hey, and we finally have 6 AP, so now it's even easier to grind out the death blows we need. Like this combination. We'll be doing that, as well as even... Oops! Triangle didn't come out, that was interesting. But yeah, just something I'll bring up. When I hit that record button, or the pause, unpause on OBS, it's basically recapturing the frame and everything. Because, while there's the string going on, it's treated completely different how the recording part works. Okay, so I think this is where we're trying to go. Yeah. So what I want to do before that then Hi boys. Is see if I could actually grind out the attack. I'm just gonna go straight for that. Just for now. No, I didn't. No. I did it wrong. Where does that put us? 73. Maybe I might grind it out, because it'll make things really easy if we do. So this is the room at the highest floor. Once again, very spacious. So this is a very important room, clearly, right? We have a similar bed with little, an emblem, insignia, curtains. Like, this is the master room, essentially. The highest of royalty for bedrooms. I don't know if we'll find any more enemies, honestly. The only way we'd find more enemies is if we went all the way back out, really. So, we'll actually just proceed. I think we'll be okay, though. We did get a low level up. It should come in handy. Should. Hi. Oof. I'm gonna throw 2 X's out. Oh, right, I could level that up too. XX. That's an actual death blow. And I need to do this anyway for the other death blows, so that'll come in handy. Of course, you know, as you all know, while it's a stronger attack, it can be easily avoided, so there is that to worry about, but that's only, you know, like a bigger concern for stronger enemies, bosses. But just to see how that affected the learning of abilities, yeah, suddenly put Astral on the map too. All right, so here we are. Bart! Let's go home, Margie. I just knew you'd come for me. I'm getting you out of here. Come on, follow me. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I really like this. This, he says. So this battle can be a little bit of a filter sometimes, depending. But I believe it should be okay. Let's see. I don't think there was anything else in here. She has her symbol here from they could find in Nissan, and they were probably when Shakan was watching. I assume they were watching from this photo frame from the way it looks. Yeah, because I can't, or that little thing above on top of the door. I was just thinking about where the camera was when Shakan was watching. So now we gotta deal with this. Bart, look! Crap. Gebler. Looks like we have rats. Where do you plan on taking that girl, boy? Boy? Ha! Boy? Let's see you try and call me that again. Who the hell are you anyway? You do have spunk, but I don't need to give my name to rats like you. What? Now, hand over the girl. She's a very important guest. Until she tells us where a certain piece of the Fatima Jasper is, we can't allow her to be taken away. Give me a break. You think I'm gonna hand her over just because you say to? Pull your head out. Pull your head out, you Gebler geek. Pull your head out. Huh. I assume you know where such abusive language will lead you. That's fun. That's fun. So, this battle could be a little scary. Now notice how it went into the battle. We did not have glass shattering. We had a wavy little distortion. That might be the first time we've seen that. And everything has a purpose when it comes to Takahashi. So my interpretation with like the glass shattering kind of introduction to battles has to do with, you know, like the song A Million Shades of Light with what is it called? The song, the main theme of Xenogears, right? Kind of representing you know, conflict, a broken self, etc. But the wavy thing, that's a hard one to interpret. I need to think on that, because I know Resonant Art looked at that. I can't remember what they said, but I remember I had my own interpretation of that. And I was waiting for this to show up, and now I forgot what it was. If you truly want to protect that child, then surrender. Surrender, Prince Bartholomew. Oh yeah? You know about me, huh? Not such a bad feeling having your name known by someone as beautiful as you. Barty! You may have had your problems with Shakan, but we won't treat you badly. Concerning Shakan, it really doesn't matter either way to us. Jerk. That's nice to know, but I can't accept it. I don't know why that random jerk was in there, to be honest with you. See, for me, either way is bad. Then it's decided. Margie, Hide back behind there. No, I'll fight too. I don't care, just hide. So yeah, this battle can be pretty brutal. We'll use Wild Smile, but it's not... might not help too much, honestly. We'll get lucky with defending, at least. Good luck, Bart! How did that miss? I didn't use Wild Smile on you! But since we have the 5 AP and we poisoned him, this is why I was using... Well, also so that she can't do anything besides recover poison. Oh, Mirror Stance. Okay, so all we just gotta do is defend. Actually, we could also Wild... There we go. Didn't miss, at least. I don't know if you can... You can't really stack it, but you just gotta make sure to use it again later. Ah. Maybe I should have went for it. But it's not like we're damaging him yet. We're not officially doing that. Okay. We're building up our AP. This is what happens when we don't when we don't get those defense. It hurts. But Margie will sometimes keep us you know, topped off with our HP. Sometimes. Okay, we might have got lucky with the poison here. Because he usually... And yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, for this, now I'm going to use an Aqua Soul. Because you have to account for the fact that Margie will not always be able to heal you. And then she waits, you know, she wastes a turn doing that. Okay. We can throw in one more, and then we can perform 5 times, but this time I'm actually going to wait it out. Because he should eventually stop after this one. There we go. Okay. Let's get a lot of damage on him, and then we'll just go from there. I think we should use Wild Smile afterwards, too. Please work. Damn it! But we'll just Rhythm Shock him 5 times in a row. There we go. Look at all that damage. Bam. Bart! And then he uses Raijin on his butt. You okay, Bart? Glad you're here, Faye. Faye? What's wrong, Bart? I thought this was just a simple rescue. Shut up! This jerk butted and slowed me down. The way he attacked. It reminds me of someone from my past. Uh-oh. What's that mean? Someone from his past? How? I mean, he, you know, earlier the wise man did say, where did you learn that technique? So, Wow. Wow. There's the technique, but that guy just took down 3 gears back to back. What the heck? Enough talk. Battling will reveal the truth about you. We go back in. Careful, Faye. This Gebler jerk's pretty strong. But now that we have Faye, it's a little bit easier to manage. Always toss that out. Comes in handy. And then we'll have Faye heal Bart. Might as well. Good luck, Bart. Here, I'll show you guys what happens if you attack. And we get no AP for it either. So don't attack. That's a cool looking move. Oh, yep, it is the waiting game again. I'm gonna pause for the recording, of course, just because, you know, we're just gonna be here for a bit. Oh, and my strategy this time is I'm gonna build up Faye, and we'll have Bart do the attacking. And now we just hang around again. You know, okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something weird. Because we're just kind of hanging around, right? I'll have Faye do it for now. But what happens if you shoot a project? I mean, it did very little damage, but... I mean, it went through. And he's not countering, so... He's not gonna attack us either. Not till he's done. So why not? But look how weak it is. This is why I don't bother do it. It's a waste of EP. Might as well, with Faye, save it for healing. And with Bart, use it for Wild Smile. So, you know. Which, speaking of, let's put that back on just in case it runs out. So, we didn't get to see it, but Margie also did the good luck Bart on Faye, but she doesn't say anything when she does it, because she has no idea what his name is, but she does cheer him on. So we're gonna do 4 Huggins. Stumpity stumpity stump. Stumpity stumpity stump. Stumpity stumpity stump. And stumpity stumpity stump. Of course, no, he's not gonna be dead from that, but what we do with Bart attacking in between is, you know, continue to lay on the damage, of course. Okay, so we should be able to finish it with this turn, somewhat. Now, Myong did get off about 2 more restores back there, but we have enough to throw 5 with the both of them, so I think this might do the trick. Ooh! 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 Alright. 5 rhythm shocks. That's 6. There we go again. Wow. Kind of over-prepared there, but I guess the first one from Faye really screwed them. It looks completely different. There's no response. Is it just my imagination? But that teak was indeed his. What's more, the name Faye. Where have I... Faye, that's my child's name. Oh! Uh-oh. Yeah! Leave the rest to me. Margie? Rats? Now! Is it him, or do I only want to think so? It is him. I am... worthless. A reject. Guard! Double the guards on both shifts. Don't let those rats in here again. Hey, Faye, do you know where this elevator goes? I don't know. Where does it go? I'm asking you! This thing wasn't here before. Don't worry. We'll get you back home somehow. I'm not worried. Hey, Faye. How did the tournament go? I won, I guess. That's what I thought. I knew you could do it. So, what in the world is going on? This looks futury. I mean, heck, there was an elevator and all this stuff. Now, we've seen technology, but usually it looked very rusty, right? But this looks clean and pristine. What could possibly be going on? Why was this weird elevator just... Oh, and if you notice the symbol on top, what could that be? Well, we'll see that later as well. And I'll try to remember to talk about it, but I have to look into that actually, where that symbol, what that symbol is a reference to, but that's, oh, there it is. You can see the symbol again. Gebler's aerial ship. So maybe this represents Gebler, but what do 3 eyes mean? Yeah, but look what's coming out from it. Uh-oh. You guys in the mood for another battle? Bart, we better get out of here, and fast. Quick, run! So we can control the camera here, but we're not the ones running. I find that so awesome. You can see where they're running, but you can see just how many people are chasing them. There are intruders in the base! There are 3 intruders. Presently heading for the dock area. The 2 men may be killed, but do not harm the girl. Hey, you're Ellie. What are you doing here? I should be asking you. Don't tell me you're the intruders, Faye. Huh? If she's in our way, just... Wait a second, Bart. Ellie is not an enemy. Not an enemy? Are you sane? Look at her uniform. She's a Gebler officer. So, also, just to touch on that, the 3 eyes. So, 3 eyes is related to Carl Jung, and essentially, what was it? The unus mundus kind of thing. The idea of like a unified underlying reality from which everything emerges and which everything returns. I think, if I remember correctly, unus mundus is, yeah. So it works on like a 3 sort of thing, essentially. Not entirely. Wait, maybe was it Unus Mundus? I think it was Unus Mundus. Yes, because there's persona, uh, alvis ontos, animus, or malus logos, and then there's anima or pyra pneuma. You might be familiar with a certain pyra. Yes, there is a relation there in terms of just the whole unus mundus thing. And the idea is that of unus mundus is everyone share it comes from the same place, thus they share a collective unconscious where someone across the world could have the same idea as another idea because of that collective unconscious. So and essentially you have the outer world, and then the other two circles represent the inner world, and then you have the Ouroboros in the center. And if you notice, the Gebler symbol kind of goes in this something that reminds me of the tree of was it I guess like that heaven tree kind of symbolism. I forgot what that was. It the I'm trying to remember the name. Was it the Yggdrasil that I'm thinking of? No, not necessarily. It's the thing with Sephiroth, not Sephiroth, but Sephiroth. It's like one of the Sephiroth. No, actually, that's what it is. The Sephiroth. So the the Gebler symbol is both a combination of like the 3 eyes of Unus Mundus, Ouroboros, and that this thing circles and circles and all ends up at the same place. But it's also in the shape of the Sephiroth. And the Sephiroth is like the divine, what was it, the life force, of the consciousness. It's the consciousness. The unknowable essence of mankind, essentially. So that the Gebler symbol literally encompasses all of that. And I'll leave it there because there'll be more to talk about when we actually learn about Gebler. Right now, we're being introduced to Gebler, and I'm just telling you about that stuff. Keep that in mind. They ran in here. Hurry, this way. Hey, Pedicom Prime, how's it going? Just doing some Xenogears and talking about a lot of the deeper symbolisms and etc. I don't know if you just heard it, but I was talking about how the Gebler symbol is a combination of Sephiroth, the the Kabbalah, as well as the Unus Mundus and Ouroboros, like all in one. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. But it's very fascinating because of what they represent. Spoilers, though, I'm not going to say that here. Not until we're learning more about Gebler. Right now, we're being introduced, and I'm leaving it at that for all the people who are catching up, learning about Xenogears for the first time, all that. It sounds like they've gone. Plus, if I started explaining everything about Gebler here, we would be here for a while. Hey, can you explain to me how you know a Gebler officer? Well, I don't know where you met her, but no matter how you look at it, she's a Gebler officer, not an enemy. Not an enemy? Where do you get off saying that? You think you've played this before? Okay, good thing I didn't go into any details about, Gebler itself. Yes, Special Forces of the Sacred Empire of Solaris, also known as Gebler. I'm Lieutenant Elheim van Houten of the Ignis Army's 3rd Assault Division. And while returning from a mission to capture the newest model gear from the Kislev military factory, Phase Gear, the oh my gosh, words. The Veltal, I was attacked by pursuing Kislev gears and crash landed in your village. I wanted to tell you, but just couldn't bring myself to. When I heard that my crash landing in your village had caused... I couldn't tell you. I knew. What? Faye. I overheard you talking with Doc. Then why? It was all my fault. But I lashed out at you with my own feelings. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't. Just forget about it. You couldn't help it. You had your own problems. But Faye, why are you with them? I'm cooperating with Bart and his crew. We came to rescue Margie, who was taken prisoner in the castle here. See. Hey, just a minute. Where do you think you're going? You want to get out of the castle, right? In this confusion, you can escape through the gear launch door. Great idea, but do we really want to buy that? Do we really buy that? I don't think so. She talks sweet, but she's probably planning to turn us over to that old bald geezer. It's a trick, Faye. Oh, and when will you do the next episode for Banana Ranch? As soon as Shiki is available and also ready. Essentially. Um, yeah. It's Banana Ranch. Only was it like I would do more Banana Ranch, but if I want to have like Shiki in there voice acting with me, you know, doing the amazing Finn voice that he does, then I have to, Shiki has to be available, and he has a more busier schedule than I do currently. But I'm also shooting him a message that, hey, there's someone who's really excited about Banana Ranch. But I'm glad you enjoyed the episode. I'm really glad you did. All right. It's a trick, Faye. Wait, Bart, she's not a bad person. She said she'd help us, so let's go with her plan. You're always like this. Can't you see? She's in Gebler. Don't be so damn trusting. It's not true, is it, Ellie? No, yeah? Look where your ability to judge characters got you. Faye, what about you? Do you believe her? I made up my mind long ago. Faye. Ah, first you, now her. The whole lot of you can go jump off a cliff for all I care. Wait here a second. The coast is clear. Quick, follow me. So we'll never get to see this location on its own, sadly. Like, we'll never get to explore it, which, I wish we could. Oh, there's the Gebler symbol. This is the gear's startup code. You can start any standard gear with this code. Ellie, this is all I can do for you. The rest is up to fate. Alright, let's go, Faye. What are you doing? Hurry up. Ellie, come with us. You're not the type of person suited for a place like this. Suited to a place like this. Faye. You're just wasting time talking. They're coming. We're gonna get caught. Ellie. Thanks, but it's impossible. I'm a Solaris soldier. This is where I belong. I can't go with you. Ellie! Faye, the next time we meet, we'll be enemies. But yeah, I really do feel that the Gebler symbol kind of represents like a little bit of the Unus Mundus, but I'm sure there's even more to it than that. But okay, as I thought though, it is related to the fact that Gevura, or it's a misromanization of Gevura, appears on the Tree of Sephiroth. It is Sephiroth, the fifth part of Sephiroth on the Tree of Life. So it is meant to be a reference. Commander, I have a message from Hugh. Sorry, I didn't read that. What? Stop the power-up. Recall all men back to the back to base and wait for further orders. Myeong, get my wyvern powered up. Oh, he was gonna get his wyvern powered up. So his gear. Hey, that's cool that you played Xenogears though. That's really cool. Well, Margaret, Now that we've saved you, may we ask you one thing? Why did you go up against the enemy by yourself? Sorry, but I heard a rumor in town that day. It was said that the sex sister who were captured by Ave were still alive. Obviously, a groundless rumor started by the enemy in order to lure you out. Please, don't be so hard on her. The Nissan sect is Margaret's home. It's perfectly understandable. Then, you thought you could save them alone? That was stupid. I believed it. So what? I was wrong. But Grandma and Mom were already executed. Aw. Margaret. At any rate, Margaret is here unhurt. That's the main thing. Before luck runs out, let's take Margaret to Nissan. We can talk there. We can talk more there. Now, I'll go prepare Margaret's room. Miss Margaret, may I ask you to accompany me? Margie! Next time, let us know. We'll go for you. Yeah, I'll do that. Margaret is straining herself, young master. You should be kind to her. All right. And in we go. Oops. Oh, that was interesting. Can't go to the command room yet. That's that, Margie. Leaving a strange stuffed animal in the place like this. Because of this, we can't get into the bridge. It's not strange.
It's not strange.
Hey, Faye, stop the funny voices, will ya? Huh? I didn't say anything. That's weird. Anyway, let's ask Margie to get rid of it.
It's lukewarm.
No joke, that's its voice. You heard that.
Ow!
Yeah, that little weird thing it made.
So its voice is really high like this. Super high.
And now we gotta go to her room. We gotta tell her, yo, get your plushie out of the way, your thing. Get it out of the way, apparently, according to Bart. Hey, Margie, get rid of that strange stuffed animal sitting in front of the bridge. It's in our way. It's not a strange stuffed animal. It has a name. Its name is Choo Choo. Its name is Choo Choo. This is the only thing you'll ever get to name in the game, by the way. Because FMVs exist of like, oh, you know, at least Faye's name and Ellie's name, right? But, yeah, this is the one time, right? And are we gonna change it? No, it will remain Choo Choo. Okay, fine, mate. I'm willing to budge on it, but, Yeah, but it would make more sense to say Choo Choo, because if I'm going to be discussing analytical stuff, it would be easier for people. Like, imagine if someone entered and I was talking about Choo Choo, who we renamed to Sally. Or like, yeah, Sally, oh my gosh, that character did blah, blah, blah. And everyone's going to be wondering who's played Xenogears, who the heck is he talking about? So we're going to, actually, we're going to keep it on Choo Choo. We're going to keep it on Choo Choo. Her name is Choo Choo. But that's weird. It was just here where I put it a moment ago. So I don't even think... Oh, there we go.
Nice to meet you.
Uh-oh.
Nice to meet you. I'm Choo Choo. I fell in love with you when I first saw you in Bloodovik. Wherever you go, I shall go too. Oh my, just a cool.
What we thought was just a stuffed toy is actually a living animal. Weird. No wonder it felt strangely lukewarm. What? Looking good, Faye. Shut up. Because, yeah, Choo Choo wants to follow Faye for some reason. It's alright. I, as the captain, give you my permission. So, storytelling-related stuff. Not this is more just literature and, you know, movies, etc. When you have a lot of dark stuff happening, a lot of crazy, tense action, etc., you have to you can't just keep it that way all the time, or the audience will get tired. They'll, it'll become very, like, purposeless. Eventually, the audience will get tired of that. So you have to change it up and throw in a little bit of comedy or something more somber, etc. Give the audience a break, right? So here's your break, guys. Comedy. I, as the captain, give you my permission.
Yeah.
Suit yourself. Well, I don't want to interrupt you two, so I'll wait outside. Thank you for your help at the castle. So it's interesting that then they suddenly throw the more serious music of Xenogears when they want you to pay attention. This is the pay attention music. I heard you really riled it up at the tournament. Bart was bragging about how you're both buddies and all. Really? So, you see, the music wants you to pay attention. This is a big moment for Faye. Because he doesn't know what anyone really thinks of him. He doesn't bother to ask either. He's still kind of recovering from his trauma and still going through a depressive phase. So, all of a sudden, it's like Bart, who asked him to do this, all this stuff, but he felt like we only just met, like, why is he all like this towards me, is now acknowledging him as this buddy, you know? I'm so ashamed. I want to be of help to Bart, but I ended up owing him again. Faye, have you seen Bart's back? He's got scars all over his back and it looks so painful. Long ago, when the two of us got caught by Shakan, Bart protected me from getting beaten. At that time, I decided to be his follower, to serve and protect him, but he's the one who's always protecting me. Uh-oh, sorry. Sorry. So sorry. Anyway, thanks a lot for saving me. So, we learn really interesting information about Bart there, and that he really looks out for people big time.
My eyes start out and pretending to be a stuffed animal. Ouchie.
Yeah, you're gonna hate Choo Choo later. I'm just joking, but the Choo Choo does a thing, and Takahashi did not want a certain thing to happen, but someone put a song that was not meant to be put there because it was meant to be a joke. What do you want to do with your gear? Now, I'm just checking this to see if anything updated yet, and it does not seem like it, so we're good. Alright. Time to get to the deck. Actually, no, the captain's... Why do I forget names a lot? Maybe we could do a video one day. A video? Whew! It is warm! Maybe I should turn my fan back on. I am dying in this heat. Woo! Okay. But I do like that Xenogears really spends the amount of time it needs in the story. It does not care that you want to play a video game. It's like, no. When you play an RPG, you might be there for the story, and this game is here for the story. So they will spend as much time as they need in these, settings to get that across. Young Master, according to Margie, there's quite a troublemaker in Gebler. Yeah. So who the heck is he? Aron Ramses of the Holy Solaris Empire's Special Foreign Affairs Agency. Wow, that is a title. That is a title. Aron Ramses of the Holy Solaris Empire's Special Foreign Affairs Agency. Or he's just part of the Special Foreign Affairs Agency, which is still a lot. Special SFAA. In other words, he's a commander-in-chief of Gebler. It seems that Gebler isn't just after the excavation sites around Ave after all. You mean, they're not after the Jasper? If that's their only goal, then they wouldn't need to send an important man like him. Young Master, this could be unexpectedly complicated. Doc hasn't come back yet, has he? I mean, Doc. No need to worry about him. He'll join us soon. My name is Bingo, the apprentice helmsman. Sigurd has been teaching me how to operate the Yggdrasil. You want to see my notes? I know how to operate it. I can't wait till I become a fully fledged helmsman. We shall have to enter Nissan through the secret road. Let's keep a lookout for a lone tree in the desert as a sign of where the road lies buried. Shall we launch the Yggdrasil? Go ahead. So, if you guys remember, for those of you watching the recording who have been watching the recording diligently, you might remember that I pointed out a lone tree, right? Now, they actually pointed out on the map for you, but this lone tree here will take us where we need to go. You can actually, if I remember correctly, I feel like you could go here early, though, which is... No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. I tried interacting with it. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'm thinking of when I was playing around with the debug room. There's a debug room in this game. It's super awesome. Predacon Prime. What do you mean by, was it a video one day? Now I see why you came down to the surface. Alright. Okay, so... There's always something with Xenogears. Now I see why you came down to the surface. Now, that sounds like he is from wherever people would... Like, think about it. When we first met Ellie, she called Faye a surface-dwelling lamb, right? And now he's talking to him about Charon Ramses, right? And he sees why he came down to the surface. So who is Shitan? Is what the question is here, right? Alright, I understand you, but Charon Ramses taking over the post of Ave is pretty annoying. The home country might have had some special reasons. Maybe not on stream. That would not be a good idea. I don't want to endanger any kind of public problems, you know, all that. Yeah, obviously. But perhaps there is still a chance of success. However, if you look for my business email in my About section of my YouTube, that exists. I finally get to use it. Well, I've got to use it twice, actually, for BL games that I had to review. But, you know, just send me up an email on my business email on my About section on YouTube. But perhaps there is still a chance of success. You and I, who used to be called Elements at the Commander's Training School, Jugend, are both here. So, he used to be part of some training school called Jugend, and they were known as Elements. Hope you're right. By the way, she is still... According to Faye, there was a female aide on Car's side. And he said that she had indigo blue eyes and hair. So it must be her. So all the old Elements members are on the surface world now. I guess so. So that's also interesting. They seem to know who this Myung person is. Hyuga, to be honest with you, she scares me. She supports Car and is kind to anyone. I know that very well, but sometimes I felt a strange fear in her that bothers me more than Car being in this land. That cannot be true, not in her. Yeah, I don't want to believe it either. But I don't remember how I could always sense these... don't you remember how I could always sense these things quite accurately? Right. By the way, have you told the young one yet? No, not yet. I don't want him to worry until we know exactly what Solaris' objectives really are. But I have to tell him eventually, though. Anyway, Hyuga, have you gotten any information? Not really. I've left there before going to the center section. Oh, did Faye hear all of that? Faye! Oh, it's you, Bart. Don't scare me. Sorry, Dari. Sorry, Dari. Definitely a Ted Woolsey thing. Maybe in Japanese he said, what is it? Oh man, I should have had the script up. I like looking at the script and comparing what they say in the, you know, in Japanese, because then I could make out, you know, a few things. Sorry, Dari. It sounds like Sig and your doctor friend know each other pretty darn well. Sig. Damn. Thought I knew everything about that guy. When did Doc get back? Yeah, very curious. What's going on there? Right? So now they're both on the what is up with my person. You know, they're like, what's up with that guy? Why is this guy I know having all these secrets that make them all the more mysterious? Sorry, Dari. I want to try and use that, but I keep forgetting to. I'll complete the remaining checks on board. I'll leave the rest up to you, Myson. As you wish. I will have the honor of accompanying the others. Bartholomew, healthy as ever, I hope? Yeah, how's the town? Since we got word several days ago that there might be an army advancing from the royal capital, the sect's representatives have been in discussion. What have they come up with? For now, they just plan to improve the local defenses. Also, anti-Shakan people have been gathering here, probably because they heard about what's going on. That's reassuring. Yes. However, the residents are starting to feel uneasy. People are starting to take refuge up north in the mountains. Can't blame them. By the way, how's Margaret? Better than we thought, but I know she's in a lot of grief. Margaret, I'm so glad you're safe. Thanks. All the townspeople are overjoyed by the Great Mother's return. So, let's see. We're at 2 hours 44. We're approaching an hour. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming up. So, the moment I get to a save, we're going to stop there. Also, I'm getting hungry. So, yeah, there's that too. Oh, I'm so glad to return to Xenogears, though. Wow, it's been such a long time since I left here. Well, first of all, we should accompany Margaret up to meet the sisters. Huh? What is it, old Myson? Goodness gracious me. Oops, that was really... I was coughing in between there a little bit. To think that little Miss Margaret was finally able to return here. It's so awfully moving. Hey, pull yourself together, old man. Forgive me. How terribly embarrassing. I couldn't help it. I shall go back and give some instructions to the men left on the ship. Please, young master, go ahead and escort Miss Margaret up to see the sisters. Excuse me now. So also, now that we should have a save here, but now that we have Chitan in our party, though for how long? Let's see. We'll give him... We'll give him the leather hat for now. We'll keep Faye with the glasses, because that immensely helps a lot with things. And we'll actually switch Bart from... Ooh. Actually, you know what? We'll let Bart wear the metal vest. Yeah. Or, you know what? No, I'll give him the red mail. Yeah, you know what? We'll let him keep the metal vest. We're putting the wedding dress on Faye specifically for the ether defense. I don't think we really have to worry about on-ground battles at the moment for a while. Not unless we go walking out just to fight a few battles, which I might do on the side to grind up their abilities. But where is our save? So this is Nissan. Might as well just show it off in the meantime. Is the rumor that there are pirates in the royal capital true? Yeah, sure. I'm very sorry, but we're all full. As an apology, please accept this. Special herb tea. Reduced weight a bit. Through a special arrangement with the town representatives, we're getting lodging. Oh, wait, where was your email again? Forget. It is on my, it's on my about page. It should be. I mean, that's where I last remember it being. Let me check. Oh, wait. It's... Oh, wait. Okay, so, it's changed up. Go to my profile, and then click on more. You'll see, on my profile... Oh, wait, the channel... Oh, yeah. So, if you look at my channel from the homepage, you'll see my description underneath my name, and then you'll see more. Click on more, and you'll see channel details, and then you should be able to see my email address there, hopefully. I hope it's visible. Like, I literally... I've been contacted by some indie BL game designers to play their game on my channel, so I haven't changed anything since. They should be able to see it. Yeah, and I don't have a way to not make that invisible either, so... Okay. Alright. Let's see, Oh. Mr. Pirate, will you let me ride in your ship someday? Maybe when you get a little older, kid. Marty has come back. Yeah, it's too dangerous to even ride with Bart. Like, you literally are riding with someone who's gonna die any second, you know? He could get captured, his ship destroyed, or get shot at by gears, or who knows what kind of monsters. Not a safe place. And of course, you know, when they met up with their kids at the, that was at the base. So, you know, no kids on ship allowed. They gotta protect the next generation. Because in this place, yeah, they're not doing so well. Humans are not doing good. If it isn't my young lord, I hear you gave them quite a show this time. Keep it down, my true identity is supposed to be a secret. What if a spy from the royal capital snuck in here and heard you? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Knows who Bart is. Ah, here we can save. Hello, Grandma. Hey, aren't you the young master? Hey, you. Huh? Huh? It's Bartholomew. Are you doing well? Good enough. Don't try to overdo it. Hey, are those your friends back there? Yeah, Faye and Shitan. Friends of the young master are friends of ours. Take your time and look around. Thanks. Actually, they might even have a shop now that I think about it, yeah. Let's see what accessories they have. So, they got a lot of expensive stuff. Doubles, ooh. Yeah, so we gotta get this eventually for a certain character. Actually, two. But, this one can also be pretty useful in times. We don't need it, but this! We want these. It uses 2 times the... ether points to do 2 times the effect. This is the best weapon in the game when combined with your gear. Because the gear also increases the effect of your ether. So we put this on, we're unstoppable. Most battles are very quickly beatable. So, but how are we gonna get 38,000? Well, that's not gonna happen yet. But it'll happen eventually. We have this gold nugget, so that's a start. Otherwise, now we could get the speed shoes to increase the agility value, but I'll worry about that later. Let's save the game for now and end the recording here. Woo, boy, it is hot. And I gotta cool down, I gotta eat, I'm hungry. Also, just to find it, there we go. So, we got far enough, we're good, we could save over this file. If we miss something, we miss something. Can't be helped. But, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I didn't really have to cut around much because there was story things and other little interesting aspects to talk about here and there, so that was all good. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And, of course, you know, share this around if you wish, and have a good day. And thank you for watching the stream. I'm glad people actually watch my Xenogears stream. Like, this really honestly makes me very happy. Even if it's a few people and I'm talking with them about Xenogears, that really makes my day sometimes, All right. Have a good day, folks. I've stopped the recording, and now I'm gonna be, ending the broadcast in just a bit. Did you manage to find it? Oh, you didn't. Wait, was it not there where I told you? It's, go to, here, I'll type it out. Because I know it could, like, some things get lost in, over me saying it, so. Okay, try that. Like, tell me if that works. Go ahead and do it right away. Because I do have to end the stream. I am hungry and I want to eat. Good. See if that works for you. Because it should be there. In the meantime, I am turning on my fan. I am dying. Oh. Melting from the heat. Okay. Woo! Damn. Oh, that feels nice. Still don't see what what it should be there though. Like, if I go there, I wonder if there's a way. Let me see if I could view my channel signed out or something like that. Oh, I can't sign out. Crap. Oh wait, I'll make a new private window. There we go. That'll do. Oh, well, no, you should be able to see it. I can see it from, you just gotta sign in. And you're signed in, you should be able to see it. Okay, did you go to my channel and then click on the more button next to the description? Like, it's the description underneath my name. You click on more, and then it should be right there. It says sign in to see email address. So if you sign in, you should be able to see it. It should be right there. Yeah, I literally was able to sign in as a viewer or whatever and see it. Like, as a random person. Should be able to see it. I can't make it any easier. Any luck? Are you by chance on phone? I'm gonna see how it looks like when you do it from the phone. That might change everything. Oh. Well, that changes a lot. So you can't view it from your phone. That's what it seems like to me. Okay. You are on phone, you won't be able to see it, but check on a computer and it'll be there. Yeah. It's not there on my phone. That makes way more sense now. Oh, wait. No. Oh! No. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna make an edit. On my description, because I didn't realize that it didn't show up for people. So this should work. Okay, so check my description now. Oh, it hasn't updated yet. I wonder if I can update it. Oh, no. Do not. No. Not on the video. Don't do that. That's I don't want issues down the line later in that you would be getting emails from random people on the internet because you put, your email out there. My email is out there, but my business email. You don't need to put your personal email out there. Wait a sec. Actually, speaking of, since mine's out there, here. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Whoops. Since my email's out there. Mine is easily accessible. It is right there, and I edited my description so that, now people can see it more easily. I didn't realize people couldn't see it from the phone, though. So, there's that, too. So, there. My bad. I think it was the heat that was getting to me. Now, how do I edit my description on the computer? Because it's not updating, despite me having done that on the phone. Oh, unless there's a text limit. Maybe that's why. All right, go ahead. But anyway, for those of you who were on stream, thank you for watching again, and have a good